Hope you're having a great day today. And the weather is just beautiful finally. Living in the Northeast is always challenging during the winter months. And so once the weather breaks where we can get out and do more, it's always encouraging and far more enjoyable. I haven't been doing a lot at Camper Hollow, but I am talking to some friends that may join me there for a picnic on one of the weekends coming up. I'm not sure when it will be yet. We're talking and forming some plans and things like that. And so I may have activity there where in the past it was just kind of me down there, or me with my dog, and sometimes the cat, things like that. But things are looking to where I'm going to be bringing people in there, and we'll be getting together every now and then, and having potluck or however we do meals. We may do day trips or whatever, and or overnighters. I'm not sure how it's going to go. But I'll be setting up, some, enclosures, tents, portable outhouse, just a canopy for eating under and things like that. So we've got some things coming up, Lord willing, and it's encouraging to me because the area had kind of changed a bit. Some of the other people that were camping around there are no longer there, and so for me just to go out there by myself, and I don't have the dog anymore, and pitch a tent would just be kind of lonely. So that's one of the factors involved, and kind of why the channel slowed down. Even though I've been there, I've been there probably 2-3 times this winter. Of course, in the wintertime, I stayed with somebody up the road in their home, and it's a nice area. I love it down there, and I'd like to get down there more often. And quite possibly, it's looking like maybe getting down there, every couple weeks. And it just turns out I had bought a brand new truck. It was about 3 weeks back. Got a really nice deal, from Fiat Chrysler, which knocked several $1,000s down, made it affordable, and helped pay my last truck off, so I could trade that and still have a reasonable, monthly payment. So that helps, and this gets much better gas mileage than the last one. I'm looking at driving to work. I'm getting it's got right around 21 miles to a gallon. Maybe a hair under, but very encouraging to get that out of a pickup truck. And highway's supposed to get more. It's rated for like 25, so that's excellent on a pickup truck. And I'd known about these engines. It's the 3.6 Pentastar engine that gets that. And I wish the truck would have had the 3.55 gears, because that truck would pull around 7,000 pounds if it had that rear end. But this one has the 3.21 gears. So the best I can tow on that, on this truck, it can vary a little bit, usually around 4,800 pounds, but on this truck particularly, it's 4,770 pounds. And the nice thing about Ram is that you can go on their site and you put your VIN in there, and you can download the build sheet, and you can also get trailer towing information on it, and load information. And it's surprising. It's considered a half-ton truck. It's a 1,500, but it's built to almost 1 ton. You can put 1,900 pounds on the back, literally, in the bed of the truck. So it's kind of nice. It is a stiffer riding truck than my last one. And Ram has always, I think, been a stiff ride, at least the ones I've driven and the ones I've owned. But they are a solid truck, and they're improving a lot. I had driven Ford for a long time when I was younger, and I have been much happier with the Ram. And am I promoting that? Yes. I am. Not for them. They're not paying me to do that. But I was leery about getting getting into them the first time. This is my third Ram that I've owned. And lately I've traded every couple of years just because of the deals that they had on the lot that made it advantageous for me to do that. And it was a smart choice each time. But now, buying one brand new rather than used, this is something I'm going to be in for a while, you know, the way it looks. So I'm encouraged by it. It's just a basic two-wheel drive pickup, but it has an 8-foot bed, which I need. You know, it's a single cab. It's not like, you know, the last Ford I had, they had the extended cab, four-wheel drive, all that stuff, and that was nice. I mean, I could go driving through the woods with that four-wheel drive, no matter what time of year it was, even winter time. And but I thought, I don't need that enough to justify the extra expense, because you're tacking on another, you know, $10,000 to the cost of the truck. And so I thought, you know, the two-wheel drive is fine. I need the 8-foot bed to get, you know, my work boxes and their tools I need for work and things like that, and hopefully have enough space in there left for camping gear without pulling my trailer, because my trailer I have in storage, and I run a parking lot for it, that I have things stored on there since moving into the apartment, because I don't have, you know, just storage room. When you're renting, it's different than when you have a house, you know, and you got a basement and a back room that you can store, and I had all that. So it was nice. And, you know, some of the earlier videos I've done, that my utility trailer, which is also a landscaping trailer, it's kind of nice, you can use it for both. I just put all the camping gear on there and leave it there, and all I had to do when I went camping is to hook up to the truck and go, you know. So, you know, maybe I'll be able to do that again eventually or whatever. I'm considering actually buying a cargo trailer, because I have too much in the apartment and I need to get some of that out, you know. And I've been looking at cargo trailers. I'll be able to camp in it, plus store stuff in the back end of it. So that's what I'm looking into. And not a real big one. First I was looking at the 6x12s, they're a little small for what I want. I want more width. And now I'm seeing that I can get a 7x12, which would do it for me, because I want to put the bed crossways rather than lengthwise, because you know, that'll just save space. And I'm 6'1.5", so to try to cram me into a trailer that's 6 feet wide, I'm going to be a little bunched up. I like to spread out when I sleep, and it's much easier. I'm sure all of us does. We don't want to feel restricted. So that's one of the things I'm considering. And there's some bills right now that I have to get paid off before I can think about that, because this truck payment is a bit higher than the last one, so I'm not going to make any more moves financially right now until I get some other things resolved. And but it does look like I'm going to be reviving you know, this channel a bit, and doing some videos with people at Camper Hollow and getting together. And so I may even invite some fellow YouTubers out, you know, depending. There isn't a lot in this area, you know. There's Prepper Nurse 1 is east of me, and he's invited me out there, and I've been through that area several times, but just haven't had the time to stop in there. And we've talked on the phone, so, you know, it's likely one of these times we'll finally get together and talk a bit, and, you know, talk about, you know, prepping, camping, or whatever. And he's pretty much camping out there where he is, you know, because he doesn't have a conventional home, but he shares a lot of good thoughts. I do a bit of prepping, but my focus is not primarily on prepping. And it's always good to prepare for times, you know, when the power goes out, things like that. I have enough here that would heat my place and keep me maybe a couple weeks, you know, and I'm working on adding more to it. I mean, there's people that have stuff stockpiled for years, which is good. You know, because we never know what's going to happen. And being on your own land, like Prepper Nurse 1 does, that's ideal. You know, depending how that would ever turn out. I don't know how the land would be affected because the property taxes, if things went down so bad we didn't have an income and couldn't pay them. So that's one of the considerations. But it's probably a better situation, even though I'm not real eager to own real estate anymore. It's probably a better situation than renting, because usually renting you're paying every month. At least with property, you're only paying those property taxes once a month, or in most cases, maybe not all, but in most cases you're paying them yearly rather than monthly. So I think there's some benefits to that. But so stay tuned. I know I haven't done anything in a while, and I'd had some other videos, I think, when I was down there. I put some together. It was in the last one. I haven't looked at the videos yet to see exactly what the last one was. But I had some other ones that I stuck them on the computer, and I'm not sure I've done anything with them yet. So I may look into those and see if I can bring any of those up and just put some more stuff on, that I'd taken videos of. Because I love it down there. I get down there. I've had my friends down there already. I didn't do any videos of that because we didn't really stay there for a while. We just kind of visited. And then, we had met in another area close by there for breakfast. And then after that, everybody kind of split because a couple of my friends, man and his wife, had to get back to their location because they were looking for a new home, either to buy or to rent. I'm not sure what they're going to ultimately end up doing. They're still in the home that they're renting now, but they're looking and stuff, and so sometimes stuff like that happens. But and I'm making some new friends and stuff like that. So hopefully they'll come out. One of my buddies that lived out in this area, he headed down south. So unfortunately, he was a pretty good guy, and we all miss him. But stuff like that happens. He had to get work. He had a hard time finding work here in the southern tier of this state, and so when he got his tax returns, he used that money to head south, and he got a job down there. He's a meat cutter, and I stay in touch with him. He sounded very happy about his job, so that's always a good thing. And that's life. Sometimes people have to move on, and it's odd. Sometimes it seems like it's the best people that you've known that have to move on, and sometimes it's not so good. And I hate to be negative, but sometimes it's the not so good people that just kind of stick with you and cling to you. But that makes us better, doesn't it? It makes us better and helps us have more patience. Not that it happens all the time. I'm just being a little funny. But so I'm looking forward to that, and so there's even areas around here. We have a wildlife refuge not far from where I'm at, and I've thought about going out there sometimes and shoot some videos. The blue herons, there's something to watch and fly around. If you've seen them, airborne, they look like a prehistoric bird. It's pretty interesting. And they're coming back, all these birds, because now they're protected by law, which I like that. And I'm seeing eagles out there, seeing bald eagles and golden eagles. Those are the two so far I've spotted. I want to get a pair of binoculars again. I had a pair when I was younger and I sold them off, but I'd like to get another pair because I love going out there and getting a closer look at these. And even if I can ever afford it, to get a professional camera with a huge zoom lens where you can zoom right in on these things and make it look like you're standing right next to them, that would be pretty incredible. So I don't know if that'll happen. I would like it to happen, so we'll see, because I'd love to do some nature shots, nature videos and stuff, just right in there on like deer, anything, that would be great. So thanks for watching. I encourage you to subscribe to the channel and stay in touch. Thanks for watching, and hope you have a great day.